Assalamu alaikum everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we are going to start a new discussion on the nervous system, general principles and sensory physiology. Unit number 9, specifically given as chapter number 49 in Guyton, somatic sensations, pain, headache and thermal sensations. तो पहली दो वीडियोज़ में we'll try to cover pain और next video में we'll have a brief discussion regarding thermal sensations and headache. So let's get started. The learning aims and outcomes for this video include having a good concept about the somatic sensations, then we'll define pain और उसकी types, pain receptors क्या होते हैं, their characteristics, different causes of pain क्या हैं, फिर हम pathways देखेंगे जो pain conduction के लिए अल्लाह ताला ने हमारी body में store किए हैं from this receptor up to the CNS and their good comparison. उसके बाद we'll see the efforts the scientists are doing in order to interrupt the pain pathways और last में we'll discuss the analgesia system that is present in our body to ameliorate pain. The somatic sensations can be defined as those sensations which are arising from your skin and from your body surface like touch, pressure, cold, warmth and pain, and those coming from your muscles, joints and tendons. Like we are well aware of the position of our limbs every time and of the pain. They are known as somatic sensations. तो इसका मतलब ये कि वो सारी sensations जो हमारी skin से हमारी body surface से CNS तक जा रही हैं वो तमाम somatic sensations कहलाती हैं. They are unlike the visual sensations that are going to transmit sensory input from your internal organs to the CNS. Pain is defined as a distressing feeling that is often caused by intense or damaging stimuli. The International Association for the Study of Pain has described pain as an unpleasant sensory and emotional experience associated with actual tissue damage or potential tissue damage, or described in terms of such damage. As an instinct, a person always reacts to remove the pain stimulus. टाइप्स ऑफ पेन हमारे पास दो हैं, फास्ट पेन है और स्लो पेन है. अगर हम डिफाइन करें तो फास्ट पेन इज़ द पेन दैट इज़ फेल्ट अबाउट 0.1 seconds after the pain stimulus is applied, unlike the slow pain that begins about 1 second or more and it may range from seconds to minutes. फास्ट पेन को हम शार्प पेन, प्रिकिंग पेन, एक्यूट पेन या इलेक्ट्रिक पेन भी कहते हैं. एंड द स्लो पेन इज़ डिस्क्राइब्ड एज स्लो बर्निंग, एकिंग, थ्रोबिंग, nauseous and chronic pain. Fast pain is not felt in most of the deeper tissues of body, whereas the slow pain is associated with deep tissue destruction. पेन रिसेप्टर्स हमारी बॉडी में फ्री नर्व एंडिंग्स हैं. दीज आर present in the skin and other tissues. They are all free nerve endings. They are widespread in superficial areas of your skin as well as in certain internal tissues like your periosteum, around your bones, the arterial walls, the joint surfaces and the falx and tentorium in the cranial wall. Most of the deep tissues are only sparsely supplied with these pain endings. However, when the tissue damage can summate, it can cause slow chronic aching pain in most of these areas. Characteristics हमारे पेन रिसेप्टर्स के यूँ हैं कि दे आर स्टिमुलेटेड बाय मैकेनिकल, थर्मल एंड केमिकल स्टिमुलाई. फास्ट पेन जो है वो केमिकल और थर्मल स्टिमुलस से यूजुअली स्टार्ट होती है एंड स्लो पेन कैन बी स्टिमुलेटेड बाय ऑल द थ्री काइंड्स ऑफ स्टिमुलाई, यानी कि मैकेनिकल, थर्मल और केमिकल तीनों. और कुछ केमिकल्स हैं जो कि हमारी फ्री नर्व एंडिंग्स को स्टिमुलेट करते हैं, जैसे कि ब्रेडिकिनिन है, सेरोटोनिन है, हिस्टामीन है, पोटाशियम आयंस हैं. देयर आर सम एसिड्स अलॉन्ग विद एसिटाइलकोलिन एंड प्रोटीलिटिक एंजाइम्स. सब्सटेंस पी और प्रोस्टाग्लैंडिन्स वो केमिकल्स हैं जो कि पेन रिसेप्टर्स को देमसेल्फ स्टिमुलेट नहीं कर सकते, पर दे इंक्रीज देयर सेंसिटिविटी. और एक इम्पॉर्टेंट करेक्टर पेन रिसेप्टर्स का ये है कि दे आर नॉन अडेप्टिंग टाइप ऑफ रिसेप्टर्स. हमारी बॉडी में अक्सर अडेप्टिव टाइप ऑफ रिसेप्टर्स होते हैं दैट आर गोइंग टू अडेप्ट टू द स्टिमुलस. पहले तो जो स्टिमुलस आएगा स्टिमुलेट करेगा रिसेप्टर को, पर जब स्टिमुलस जो है वो रिपीटेडली जाएगा तो रिसेप्टर की जो का रिस्पॉन्स आहिस्ता आहिस्ता कम हो जाएगा या बिल्कुल ख़त्म हो जाएगा. सो पेन रिसेप्टर्स दे डू नॉट अडेप्ट एट ऑल और दे अडेप्ट वेरी लिटिल. ऑन द अदर हैंड दे शो अ phenomenon called as hyperalgesia, that is increase in the sensitivity of pain receptors. अब इसकी इंपॉर्टेंस क्या है? पेन पहले ही हमारे लिए इट्स नॉट अ प्लेजेंट एक्सपीरियंस, और फिर ये कि इसको इंक्रीज़ भी कर सकते हैं, पेन रिसेप्टर्स की सेंसिटिविटी भी इंक्रीज़ हो जाती है. तो इसकी इंपॉर्टेंस ये है कि इट कीप्स अस अवेयर ऑफ द टिश्यू डैमेज दैट इज़ एग्जिस्टिंग इनसाइड आवर बॉडी, सो दैट अ पर्सन इज़ वेल अवेयर ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम्स दैट आर occurring in his body as long as it persists. इंटेंसिटी ऑफ पेन अगर हम देखें कि पेन रिसेप्टर्स कितनी हद तक पेन फील करा सकते हैं, तो एज अ रूल द अमाउंट ऑफ पेन फेल्ट इज़ डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द रेट एट विच द डैमेज टू द टिश्यूज इज अकरिंग एंड नॉट टू द टोटल डैमेज दैट ऑलरेडी हैज़ अकर्ड. यानी ये कि पेन जो है जितनी तेज़ी से हमारी बॉडी को डैमेज करी है उसकी इंटेंसिटी उतनी ज़्यादा होगी। इस बात से फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता कि वो कितने एरिया को डैमेज करी है, ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर ये है कि वो कितनी तेज़ी से वो हमारी बॉडी को डैमेज करती है, उतनी ज़्यादा इंटेंसिटी ऑफ पेन होगी। दिस इज़ अ ग्राफ दैट इज़ शोइंग द सेम फिनोमिनन। उसके अलावा कुछ और फैक्टर्स हैं जो कि पेन फील करा सकते हैं। इट्स क्लोजली रिलेटेड विद द रेट ऑफ टिश्यू डैमेज फ्रॉम कॉजेज लाइक हीट, बैक्टीरियल इन्फेक्शन, टिश्यू ischemia, tissue contusion, and other chemicals that have been found in the extracts of damaged tissues include bradykinin, potassium ions, and proteolytic enzymes. Then we discuss some important causes of pain. Tissue ischemia occurs whenever blood supply to a tissue is blocked. यानी कि वो टिश्यू डैमेज जो ब्लड सप्लाई के रुक जाने की वजह से होती है उसको हम टिश्यू इस्कीमिया बोलेंगे और ये पेन का एक इम्पॉर्टेंट कॉज है. द ग्रेटर द मेटाबॉलिज्म द मोर रैपिडली द पेन विल अपीयर. दिस इज ड्यू टू लैक्टिक एसिड accumulation in the tissues plus some other chemical agents like bradykinin, like proteolytic enzymes. इस बात का मतलब ये है कि जितना ज़्यादा मेटाबॉलिज्म होगा ऑब्वियसली टिश्यूज़ को एनर्जी तो चाहिए तो वो एनारोबिक पाथवेज यूटिलाइज करेंगे और लैक्टिक एसिड की एक्यूमुलेशन होगी उसकी वजह से. और लैक्टिक एसिड जो है वो एक पेन इंड्यूसिंग फैक्टर है एंड देर आर सम अदर केमिकल एजेंट्स टू लाइक ब्रेडिकिनिन और प्रोटीलिटिक एंजाइम्स. तो जितना ज़्यादा टिश्यू मेटाबॉलिज्म होगा टिश्यू इस्कीमिया की वजह से उतनी ज़्यादा पेन फील होगी. Then we have muscle spasm, that is also a very common cause of pain. It results from direct stimulation of mechanoreceptive pain receptors, or it can be because of indirect effect of muscle spasm, since muscle spasm is going to compress your blood vessels. And compression of blood vessels causes ischemia, and ischemia leads to lactic acid accumulation and hence pain. It increases with the rate of metabolism in the same way as it increases in ischemia. Now we see the pathways for the conduction of pain signals to CNS. There are two kinds of pain stimuli. There are two separate pathways to transmit them to the CNS. जिस तरह slow pain और fast pain है उसी तरह इनके pathways भी different है. These are the sharp fast pain pathway and the slow chronic pain pathway. If we talk about the series of conduction for pain, the stimulus that activates the free nerve endings is going to pass through the spinal nerves through the spinal cord via the dorsal root of spinal nerve. हमें पता है कि spinal cord की दो रूट्स हैं, dorsal root है, ventral root है. जो dorsal root है वो सेंसरी है, तो पेन सेंसेशंस जो हैं वो स्पाइनल कॉर्ड की डॉर्सल रूट के थ्रू हमारी स्पाइनल कॉर्ड में एंटर होंगी. But on their way to the cord, they are going to choose two different kinds of neurons. Fast pain is going to be transmitted by the A delta type fibers, which are going to conduct at velocity of 6 to 30 meters per second, and slow pain is transmitted via the C type fibers, which are going to conduct at the speed of 0.5 to 2 meters per second. After entering the cord, the fibers are going to take two pathways. एक न्यूस्पाइनोथैलेमिक पाथवे है, एक पेलियोस्पाइनोथैलेमिक पाथवे है. जो न्यूस्पाइनोथैलेमिक पाथवे है या ट्रैक्ट है ये आपके फास्ट पेन के लिए है और पेलियोस्पाइनोथैलेमिक ट्रैक्ट स्लो पेन के लिए. पहले हम न्यूस्पाइनोथैलेमिक ट्रैक्ट देखते हैं. फास्ट पेन ए डेल्टा टाइप ऑफ फाइबर्स दैट आर स्टिमुलेटेड बाय मैकेनिकल और थर्मल स्टिमुलाई. जैसे हमने देखा कि फास्ट पेन के लिए दो तरह के स्टिमुला है, मैकेनिकल या थर्मल. दे आर गोइंग टू टर्मिनेट इन द लैमिना मार्जिनालिस or lamina 1 in the dorsal horn of your spinal cord as they enter through the dorsal root of cord. There they are going to excite the second order neurons. The second order neurons then give rise to long fibers that cross immediately to opposite side of cord through the anterior commissure. यानी कि ए डेल्टा टाइप ऑफ फाइबर्स जो कि हमारे रिसेप्टर से कॉर्ड तक आएंगे, लेमिना मार्जिनालिस में टर्मिनेट करेंगे. यहाँ से सेकंड ऑर्डर न्यूरॉन शुरू हो जाएंगे जो कि इंटीरियर कॉमिश्योर के थ्रू स्पाइनल कॉर्ड की दूसरी तरफ, यानी अगर राइट साइड का जो फाइबर है वो स्टिमुलेट हुआ है तो वो लेफ्ट साइड पे मूव कर जाएगा थ्रू द इंटीरियर कॉमिश्योर. And the neurons then turn upwards in the anterolateral columns of cord until they reach the brain. A few of the fibers also terminate in the reticular areas of spinal cord, while most of them go to the ventrobasal complex in the thalamus along with the dorsal column medial lemniscal system. A few fibers also terminate in the posterior thalamic nuclei, and from these areas of thalamus signals go to the basal areas of brain as well as to the somatosensory cortex. यानी कि सेकेंड ऑर्डर न्यूरॉन्स आपके थैलेमस तक आएंगे और थैलेमस से आगे जो थर्ड ऑर्डर न्यूरॉन्स हैं वो सोमैटोसेंसरी कॉर्टेक्स तक पेन सेंसेशन पहुंचाएंगे. You can see this figure too. It's clearly shown if you focus the red fiber that is going to come from your receptor through the dorsal root of spinal nerve into the spinal cord. Lamina marginalis में terminate करेगा, यहाँ से second order neurons start हो रहे हैं और ये सेकेंड ऑर्डर न्यूरॉन्स ऑपोजिट साइड पे मूव करेंगे स्पाइनल कॉर्ड की, और वहाँ से ये ऑल द वे अप टू द थैलेमस ट्रेवल करेंगे और थैलेमस से आगे कॉर्टेक्स तक, और बीच में कुछ न्यूरॉन्स जो हैं वो रेटिकुलर फॉर्मेशन में भी टर्मिनेट करते हैं. So, as far as the important characteristics of neospinothalamic tract are concerned, it's a highly localized kind of pain. It's even more exact when the dorsal column medial lemniscal system for the tactile sensation is simultaneously stimulated. यानी ये कि neospinothalamic tract और dorsal column medial lemniscal system जब simultaneously stimulate होते हैं तो localization की power even more increase कर जाती है, and when not, it may be poorly localized, often only within 10 centimeters or so of the stimulated area. Neurotransmitter इस pathway में हमारे पास glutamate है. It's the neurotransmitter believed to be released in the spinal cord at the A delta type of fibers, and the duration of action of glutamate is only a few milliseconds. Now we move towards the paleo-spinothalamic tract. This is for the slow pain conduction. The type C fibers, they are going to terminate in the substantia gelatinosa, lamina number 2 and 3 of dorsal horns. Most of these fibers pass through one or more of the additional short fibers in the dorsal horns before entering lamina 5. And here the last neurons give off axons that join the fast pain pathway, passing first through the anterior commissure to the opposite side of cord and then upwards via the anterolateral pathway until they reach the brain. यानी ये कि रिसेप्टर्स से टाइप सी फाइबर्स आएंगे आपके स्पाइनल कॉर्ड के लैमिना 2 एंड 3 में, सबस्टेंशिया जेलाटिनोसा जिसे कंबाइन करके हम बोलते हैं, और वहाँ से लैमिना 5 तक कुछ एडिशनल शॉर्ट फाइबर्स हैं जो साइनेप्टिक कनेक्शंस बनाएंगे, और लैमिना 5 से ऑनवर्ड्स जो आपके सेकेंड ऑर्डर न्यूरॉन्स आएंगे वो इंटीरियर कॉमिश्योर के थ्रू opposite side of spinal cord में जाएंगे और anterolateral pathway से brain तक जाएंगे ये. Upon reaching the brain, only 1/10 to 1/4 of these fibers reach the thalamus directly. Rather, most of them terminate in one of these three areas, like the reticular nuclei of brainstem. They may terminate in tactile regions of your midbrain or the periaqueductal gray area surrounding the cerebral aqueduct. From the brainstem, multiple short fiber neurons, they relay the pain signals upward into the intralaminar and the ventrolateral nuclei of thalamus, and also into the certain regions of hypothalamus and basal regions of brain. This is the paleo-spinothalamic tract. It's very clearly shown here. The type C fibers that are coming from the receptor, they are going into the spinal cord. Into the spinal cord, they'll have some short synaptic connections until they reach the anterolateral pathway to terminate in the thalamus either directly or through the reticular formation in brainstem or the midbrain. The characteristics of paleo-spinothalamic tract include the neurotransmitters that are glutamate and substance P. Substance P is released slowly, and the research suggests that type C pain fibers, they are entering the spinal cord and they release glutamate and substance P. Glutamate transmitter acts instantaneously and lasts for only a few milliseconds, whereas substance P is released slowly, building up in concentration over a period of seconds or even minutes. It seems clear that glutamate is the neurotransmitter most involved in transmitting fast pain, and substance P is concerned with slow chronic pain. इसी वजह से whenever we have a pinprick, we find double pain sensations, and it has been suggested that these double pain sensations are because glutamate transmitter gives a fast pain sensation, and then the substance P that was released slowly, it gives a more lagging sensation after a few seconds or after a few milliseconds. This is a table showing the detailed comparison between slow and fast pain. The source of fast pain is skin only, whereas slow pain can be seen in skin, deep tissues, or even in viscera. The stimulus for acute pain or fast pain are mechanical and thermal, whereas the chronic pain or slow pain can be stimulated by all the three types of stimuli: mechanical, thermal, or chemical. The quality of fast pain is pricking, and of slow pain is burning, as it's very clear from their names. And the onset of fast pain is within 0.1 seconds after stimulation. ये सब हम repeat करें, पहले पढ़ चुके हैं. And the chronic pain is seen in about 1 or more seconds after stimulation. Duration for fast pain is very short, usually 1 second, and chronic pain is seen for longer time, like for few minutes or even hours. Localization of fast pain is very exact, it's very well localized, whereas the diffuse type of sensation is found in slow pain. Efferent fibers that are the efferent neurons which are carrying the stimuli to the spinal cord are A delta, and they are type C fibers in case of slow pain. In fast pain, they are A delta type of fibers. The tract they follow are the neospinothalamic tract in acute pain and paleo-spinothalamic tract in slow pain. The center for the integration of pain stimuli is cerebral cortex in fast pain and its thalamus in slow pain, and the chemical transmitters, neurotransmitters, are glutamate in fast pain and substance P and glutamate both in slow pain, and more prominently substance P in slow pain. In order to provide pain relief, the pain nervous pathways can be cut at one of the several points. We are moving towards the scientific efforts which the scientists are going through in order to interrupt the pain pathways or in order to ameliorate the pain sensation. Cordotomy is the one of the techniques used. Spinal cord is in the opposite side of the pain is cut in the anterolateral quadrant to interrupt the anterolateral sensory pathways, and it relieves pain in the lower part of body for a few weeks to a few months, but after that it's not effective since some of the previously weak pathways become effectual. Another reason why cordotomy is not always successful is that many pain fibers from the upper part of body, they do not cross to opposite side of cord until they have reached the brain, and cordotomy fails to transect these fibers. Another experiment was to cauterize the pain areas in the intralaminar nuclei of thalamus, क्योंकि intralaminar nuclei thalamus के एक important relay station है, तो ये cortex तक अगर वहीं पे इनकी cauterization हो जाए तो pain stimulus को ameliorate किया जा सकता है, इसको transect किया जा सकता है. Now we move towards analgesia, the capability of brain to suppress the input of pain signals to the nervous system is done by activating a system that we are going to discuss next, that is called as analgesia system. The components of analgesia system include the periaqueductal gray matter, the periventricular areas of midbrain and upper pons that surround the cerebral aqueduct and portions of third and fourth ventricles. Neurons from these areas, they're going to send signals to the raphe magnus nucleus, a thin midline nucleus which is located in the lower pons and upper medulla, and the nucleus reticularis paragigantocellularis which is located laterally in medulla. From these nuclei, second order signals are going to be transmitted down the dorsolateral column in the spinal cord to the pain inhibitory complex. What is this pain inhibitory complex? It is located in the dorsal horns of spinal cord. At this point, the analgesia signals can block the pain before it is relayed to the brain. The control of analgesia system is also done by some higher brain centers like the periventricular nuclei in your hypothalamus that are adjacently lying to the lateral ventricle, third ventricle, and to a lesser extent the medial forebrain bundle which is present in hypothalamus connecting it to the brain stem. It's also important in controlling the analgesia system. The neurotransmitters which are involved in analgesia system include enkephalin and serotonin. The fibers which are originating in this area, they send signals to dorsal horn of the spinal cord to secrete serotonin and the endings. Analgesia system के जो neurons हमने पीछे पढ़े हैं, ये dorsal horn of spinal cord में जाके serotonin release कराते हैं, and serotonin causes local cord neurons to secrete enkephalin as well. और ये serotonin enkephalin जो है ये प्री synaptic और पोस्ट synaptic inhibition कराते हैं टाइप सी और टाइप ए डेल्टा पेन फाइबर्स की, वेयर देयर synapse in the dorsal horns. इस तरह से पेन स्टिमुलस को इंटरप्ट कर देते हैं. Now we have the brain's opiate system involving endorphins and enkephalins. Since ages, scientists have been curious to find out methods for reducing pain, and fortunately, they have been successful many a times. One of these ways was the use of morphine and morphine-like drugs that were injected in minute quantities in periventricular and periaqueductal gray area of brainstem, and it provided an extreme degree of analgesia. But as a rule, anything that is acting on your nervous system must contain its own receptors that were already present in the nervous system. So it was presumed that morphine receptors must be the receptors from morphine-like neurotransmitter already secreted by brain. And extensive research was continued until now we know that about a dozen of such opiate-like substances are present at the different points of spinal cord. Interestingly, all of these substances, all of these morphine-like neurotransmitters or opiate-like substances, they are the breakdown products of three important substances: pro-opiomelanocoidin, proenkephalin, and prodenophin. Opiate-like substances are beta endorphins, metenkephalin है, leuenkephalin है, डेनोफिन्स हैं. एंकेफेलिन्स जो है हमारे ब्रेन स्टेम और स्पाइनल कॉर्ड में होते हैं और डेनोफिन्स भी वहीं प्रेजेंट होते हैं बट इन लेसर अमाउंट्स, और बीटा एंडोर्फिन्स आर फाउंड इन बोथ hypothalamus and pituitary. Now we see the inhibition of pain transmission by simultaneous tactile sensory signals. Another important event in the saga of pain control was the discovery that stimulation of large type A beta sensory fibers from the peripheral tactile receptors can depress the transmission of pain signals from the same body area. मतलब ये कि जो tactile sensations जिस area में stimulate हों और वहीं simultaneously pain signals वाले pain receptors भी stimulate कर जाएं, तो the tactile sensation they are going to overrule or they are going to overcome the pain sensory signals, and this presumably results from the local lateral inhibition in the spinal cord. यानी कि tactile signals जब stimulate करते हैं spinal cord के एक area को, तो laterally मौजूद जितने भी neurons हैं इन्हें inhibit कर दिया जाता है ताकि neuronal overfiring ना हो. It explains why such simple maneuvers like rubbing your skin near the painful areas is very effective in relieving pain. हम ointments use करते हैं, different creams आती हैं, pain relieving ointments आती हैं, like liniments, the topical preparations used for massaging the skin, and they are very useful for pain relief. In some cases, even electrical stimulation may be done in certain areas of skin that helps to stimulate the dorsal column systems and suppress pain. Now we come towards the last technique to relieve the pain, that is acupuncture. This mechanism and the simultaneous psychogenic excitation of central analgesia system are probably also the basis of pain relief by acupuncture. Acupuncture is a form of treatment that involves the insertion of very thin needles through person's skin at specific points on the body to various depths, and it results in the tactile stimulation and the pain stimulation at the same time, and helps to relieve pain by the same process that we have done in the previous slide. So that was all for now, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, that is Medlec FMU on YouTube. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.